Hello learners and welcome back to my YouTube channel today. My name is Kosi. In case you're first time coming across my video, thank you so much for stopping by and don't forget to subscribe. On today's video, I will share with you guys on how I achieved this neckline. On my last video, I already shared the pattern drafting, so I'm going to leave link on the description box so you go ahead and check it out. So guys, if you want to know how this neckline was achieved, definitely keep on watching and let's get into today's video. Please subscribe to this channel. You can appreciate me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. And I made this with a bell sleeve. I also have a tutorial on how I made a bell sleeve. So guys, let's get started. So guys, on my last video, I already went ahead to draft out this princess that bust here on my last video. So if you're here to see it, I'm going to leave link on the description box so you go ahead and check it out. So I'll be using this Ankara to cut this on the actual fabric. You get? So right now, this is the back pattern, this is the front pattern. So I am going to keep this back pattern aside and I'm going to work on the front pattern. So to achieve this neckline, you are going to first of all need to close up the dart for your front pattern before you can be able to achieve this neckline. You get? So right now I am just making a point of my nipple to nipple on the other plain pattern like this. You get? So subscribe to this channel. As we are watching, subscribe to this channel, share, like, comment, give it a thumbs up, invite your two friends to follow up my channel. So this mark that I'm standing right now is my nipple to nipple and my underbust. As you can see, I made a notch around it. So guys, in order to achieve this neckline, you will need to close up your darts with sellotape like this. So if you must achieve this neckline, you have to draft on your pattern paper or brown paper like you see me doing, then close up the darts. So you're going to see how I'm going to do that. So continue watching. Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art. So I'm done taping it and this is what I have. So right now we are going to start drafting it. You're going to level the right and the left side. So if you want to draft this on the left side, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to draft on the right side, you can also go ahead and do that. You get? So level it first. So from this side, I'm coming down by 2.5 inches. You can go ahead and come down by 3 inches if you want. So I'm coming down by 2.5 inches. So right now I'm going to extend from the shoulder down to the place I marked the 2.5 inches. Just watch what I'm doing. So when you get to this point, you are going to continue extending it, but make your curve like this. So you can decide to stop at the chest line or stop at your armhole line. You get? So go ahead and curve it like this. So I'm done with this. Go ahead and curve 2.5 inches, then curve it like so. You get? So after I was done, from this other point I'm going to make my curve. You get? So at this point you're going to determine how deep you want the neckline to be. You can decide if you want it exactly how it was on the picture I mean the length of the deepness, you get deepness of the neckline, you can decide to leave it at 5 inches or 4.5 inches or 5.5 inches. This depends on the person you are making it for. You know how you are now, or your client. Just take a good look at how you're going to do it. First of all, I started by tracing this line. Then I traced this line and I made my curve at this side. You get, but I washed it and I decided to make small correction. So I will advise that immediately after this joining, I used sellotape and it wasn't that visible to see the joining part. So right now I am going to use my marker to just mark the joining part where I use sellotape to tape it. So I'm going to just mark the joining part. You get, this is going to allow you know where the joining part is, so you will not be confused. You get, so mark your joining part. You get, then after marking, you can decide to make your curve or stop your curve after 1 inch. You get, just from the joining part, stop your curve from 1 inch. You get, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just look at what I'm doing. Place your tape, get 1 inch immediately after the joining part and make your curve. So this place that I'm shading now, I'm not going to be cutting out the curve there. So this is the place I stopped my curve. You get, can you see what I just did? This is the place I stopped my curve, and I think I'm okay with this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off like this. So just look at how I am cutting it out, so you not make mistake when cutting yours. So guys, can you see what I have? I'm done cutting and this is how it looks like. So right now I'm going to remove the sellotape so I can be able to cut on the actual fabric using the paper. You get, so this is it. So guys, this is what I have after removing my sellotape. I have exactly this. Can you see? So right now I'm going to place it on my actual fabric, and on our last tutorial and our last pattern drafting, I said earlier then that I had about 15 inches, 0.5 on the pattern paper. So right now I'm making it 18 inches plus 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So everything there is 19 inches. So the total length of the top is 18 inches plus 1 inch, that is 19. Add extra half of an inch at the sides and cut out your pattern. You get, so I cut out the front pattern. This is all the piece I have. So right now I'm ironing my stay on it. So this is the back pattern, sorry, my back piece. I went ahead to iron it my stay, and I repeat the same thing on all the pieces I have. After ironing, I also went ahead to cut out the lining for all the pieces. You get, so right here, this is my wording. I'm also going to cut out this wording from the area you notch, that is from your under bust. Go ahead and cut out your wording. Stop your wording on the under bust and remove half of an inch from the upper part of your wording. You get, so I'm going to cut out this wording on all the front piece. You get, just look at what I'm doing. Cut out your wording like so, then stop it at the place you notched your underburst and also give half of an inch for your sewing on the neckline. You get, so you're going to see how I'm going to do that. So guys, after cutting the wording, this is what I have. Can you see that I left half of an inch space on the neckline? So we have a neat work, you get. So in order not to use your hemming gum or to top stitch it on the neckline, go ahead and remove half of an inch on your wording, you get. So right now I'm going to pin this, then after pinning I will sew the tip, you get. You can go ahead and iron it because the wording I'm using is the one that has gum at the back, so you can decide to go ahead and iron it, but I'm seeing this on the tip, only on the tip. So right here I'm done sewing. Can you see I sewed on the tip only? So I'm going to go ahead and join it with half of an inch on my machine. So go ahead and join it, you get, with half of an inch. Then I'll also go ahead and repeat the same thing on the lining, and for the back, this is where I have, I'll also go ahead and sew the back. So right now I'm done joining the front piece, and this is where I have, can you see? So this is the lining. I did the same thing on the lining as well. So right here, as you can see that I have little excess on the down part. So remember I said the total length I have is 18 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, that is 19 inches. So right now I marked 19 inches, and I'm going to mark it, make a straight line with it. So I'll place my tape on the other shoulder, and I'll also go ahead and mark 19 inches, you get. Then after marking, I'm going to cut it off with my scissors. So guys, I'm done cutting, and as you can see we now have a equal length. We now have equal length, you get. So for the lining, I'm going to fold this lining by 2, and I'll cut that 1 inch because it's going to be a turn up. I'm going to turn it up when sewing, you get. So if you're turning it up, the lining and the main fabric should not be of the same length. So go ahead and remove 1 inch like this. So guys, after cutting, this is what I have. Right now I'll place it on top of the main fabric, the right side facing each other. So I am going to go ahead and trim it off a little bit so I have the same equal length with the lining, you get. So the next thing to do after trimming this off is to seal the down part, you get, and you seal the both side and the neckline. So this is what I have after I was done sewing it. So this is my neckline. Now you see the reason why I said you should leave half of an inch space, you get, so you don't top stitch it, you get. So I went ahead to notch the neckline as well, and I'm turning it the right side facing each other like this.
Style. Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art.
So guys, after turning, this is what I have. You get, can you see how it's looking so beautiful. So as you can see that our neckline is already responding. Can you see? So the next thing to do, this is the back. So the next thing to do is to bring the back piece. Right now I'll go ahead and make the darts. So to make my darts, I'll bring my tape and I'll place it from the shoulder, and I'll come down by 9 inches. I marked it, and I marked 4.5 inches together with the zipper allowance, which was 1 inches. You get, then I marked half of an inch on the both side. Now I am placing the second piece of my back piece. I'm placing it together like this, and I'm going to make it match the chalk I marked for the darts. So go ahead and do yours like that. Place it and tap it small, then open it. As you can see, I have the same thing I had at the back piece. So I'll go ahead and sew the darts on my machine. So this is it. I went ahead to sew. This is the back. Can you see how it's looking beautiful, right? So right now I am going to go ahead and join the shoulder, and I'll be right back. So after joining the shoulder, this is what I have. Can you see? And this is the back. You get. So right now, first off, I'm going to use my pin. I'll use my pin and hold the zipper allowance like this. So go ahead and hold your zipper allowance like this with your pin. Alright, so after holding your zipper allowance, go ahead and hold the front and the back piece for your shaping. You get, hold it with your pin like you see me doing. So guys, after I'm done holding with my pin, this is where I have. So I'll turn it the back side, and I'm going to start measuring. I'll start measuring. So right now, divide your bust circumference by 2. Measure whatever you have left and mark it. You get. Then coming to your under bust, my waistline, my under bust is of the same thing. So go ahead and measure, divide by 2, measure wherever you have and mark what you have. You get. So turn it this other side and replace whatever you have there on the other side. 1.5 inches, 0.2. I'm replacing it and I'm marking it as well like this. So guys, after I was done marking, this is where I have. As you can see, this is it. And as you can see, my armhole, I'm not going to leave it like this. After seeing a princess dart, any princess that you see, you're going to trim the armpits. You get. So I marked 7.5 inches. I made my curve, and I also went ahead and marked 7.5 inches, and I made my curve. Then I'll place my tape from the shoulder. I have 4.5 inches, and I'll mark 4.5 inches on this other side, and I'll go ahead and trim off the armpit. You get, the armhole. So go ahead and do yours like that. Remember that after seeing your princess dart, like I said earlier, you will have to trim off the armhole. You get, so it will balance you very well. Do not leave it like this. You get. So this is what I have after I was done. So right now I'm going to remeasure the bust side, and I'll mark whatever I have. You get, like this. Mark whatever you have. Can you see? So I'll just mark it like this, and I'll go ahead and sew. So guys, after I was done sewing, this is what I have. This is the back, and right now I went ahead to make my sleeve. I already fixed it. This is a bell sleeve. I have a tutorial on how to make a bell sleeve. I made this with a 2-piece. You get. I'm going to leave the link on the description box, so you go ahead and check how I drafted a bell sleeve on that particular video. You get. So this is what I have after I was done. As you can see, I'm ironing it like so. So guys, this is all for this top. So guys, after I was done ironing, this is what I have. Can you see? This is how it's looking like. So this is the back. I'll go ahead and fix the zipper. So guys, after I was done, this was what I have. Can you see? So guys, this will be the end of today's video. If you love this video, please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.